to bring the murderer to justice.
To seek revenge is unchristian-like.
You say that, Henry, because you're different from other men, but in this case it's not.
Alice, to forgive is godly.
But I'm human, and I'm determined to unravel this mystery and, bring the murderer to justice. I will never rest until I see him standing on the scaffold. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Oh God, mercy, mercy, for God's sake.
Oh my God, have mercy on my soul! Have you no feeling? Alice is upset. Her father was just murdered in front of her. Jekyll is responsible. His guilt is tearing him apart. You two act like you're arguing over dinner. Alice, be angry. Jekyll, feel like the selfish bastard you are, trying to divert her attention. Do it again. Go.
Do all you can to bring the murderer to justice.
To seek revenge is unchristian-like.
You say that, Henry, because you're different from other men, but in this case it's not.
Alice, to forgive is godly.
Oh my God, Jekyll! I want some feeling! Be severe with her! Who are you?
Dominic O'Connor, from the Press Gazette.
You're 12 minutes early. Sit down and shut up.
Yes, sir.
Jekyll, look at her. Not at me, look at her. Do I look at her? Look at her. Look, she's angry. Her father is dead and she wants payback. You want things to go back to the way they were before you started monkeying around with this whole Hyde business. You're trying to gaslight her into forgetting that her father is dead. The angrier she gets, the harder you have to work at it. You're desperate, got it? Alice, to forgive is godly. You're halfway between bullying her and pleading with her. You act like you're giving her the time of day. You're both in pain. But right now, the only person feeling pain is me.
All right.
Do it again while I talk to the reporter. Whole scene, start to finish. Let's go in back. Have a seat. Tell me about yourself. How do you feel about our little city?
Well, it's one of the more interesting places I've ever lived.
That's a clever way of saying you hate it.
I didn't say I hate it.
But you're no fan. So you've had a chance to meet a few of our locals. The advantage of being a reporter, I suppose. Who do you find the most fascinating?
So far, you.
Nice. But let's say besides me.
The Skunk Ape Boys. I could follow them around for weeks and never run out of material.
I was a little put off by them at first, but I think I have to agree with you. Fun to watch. Our local hermit, Daniel, he can be very entertaining as well.
You have a local hermit. How does that work?
He lives alone, never talks to anyone. Sometimes he sleeps on a pillar, like they used to do in medieval times. I went to dinner with him once. Wonderful conversationalist.
You just said he never talks.
Exactly. So he has an unfair advantage. You've been in town a month or two. Any love interests yet? I love gossip.
Sorry, I'm pretty boring.
Is that so? Let's see. You slept with your boss's wife, got fired from your job, kicked out of town. Now you live with Miss Decker, who hosts orgies for the elderly. You find that boring.
I'm supposed to be interviewing you.
Sorry, I'm just having fun.
Yeah, but I gotta do my job.
Okay, ask me something.
Well, you have me at a bit of a disadvantage. I don't know anything about you.
Okay, now I'll start. I'm gay, queer as a $3 bill. Been a while since you heard that one, I bet.
Yeah?
I'm a director. I live for directing. It's the whole big picture thing. I've worked theaters in New York and Chicago. Unfortunately, not everyone shares my enthusiasm for bringing the audience into the work. But I won't compromise. Suppose you heard about that old lady who had a heart attack at one of my shows.
It's been mentioned. Along with snakes and blowing sand into the audience using an industrial fan?
They shut me down the next day. Not the first time. So I've had to skip from place to place.
How the throng.
Now I'm here. I'm not sure the people in this little town really understand my work, but at least they don't seem to mind it much.
Now the noose is placed around his neck. Oh, horrible, horrible. But what have I to fear? I'm not Hyde, I'm Jekyll.
Well, maybe we can focus on this particular play. Your press release is a little bit thin on details.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a dramatic adaptation. We're adding sound effects to create a disorienting effect whenever Hyde is on stage. It might be wise to wear earplugs, but we'll have them at the front, for a slight upcharge, of course.
Is that even necessary? Isn't the play enough?
I'll let the audience decide.
Sure.
One moment. With feeling, Jekyll! Be desperate! Sorry.
You were paying attention to them.
Oh, God, no. I just know he'll start with the energy I need and then he'll slack off, so I have to motivate him sometimes. Actors drive me crazy. My greatest play would be one without any actors.
Harsh.
Try directing. Then you'll understand pain.
Well, what else should I know?
Some people see Jekyll as a victim of chance, a scientist who got unlucky and somehow brought out his worst side as a living being. I see him as someone who thinks he knows everything, but because he never wonders whether he does or not, he hurts everyone around him. Arrogance is a vice. That's our message.
I like that. Great headline. What else would you like the people to know?
Well, maybe I'd tell them not to eat a big meal before the show, but we'll have barf bags. Upcharge.
No big dinner. Upcharge. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. This will go up before opening day.
Grand.
How long have you lived here in town?
4 years. I'll die here most likely. It's such a shame.
You won't try a bigger market again?
I will, but it'll end the same, and I'll end up back here.
I see. Well, thanks again.
Thank you, Dominic O'Connor. I hope you come to see the show.
I'll try to do that.
Really? That's what you're giving them? Be afraid! You have less feeling than a typical reporter. Feel!
She speaks of revenge, and his own breath answers her. Oh, God, hold me not answerable for the actions of this demon. I pray, and what do I see? Hyde is captured. He's dragged through the streets to the tribunal. How the throng hoot and cheer. He begs for mercy. Hyde is condemned, taken to the scaffold. Now the noose is placed around his neck. Oh, horrible, horrible. But what have I to fear? I'm not Hyde, I'm Jekyll. For how long, though? The fiend may come upon me at any minute.